Inner circle members should also add value to you personally. That's not selfish. If they have a negative effect, they will hinder your ability to lead well, and that can hurt your people and the organization. Someone once told me, it's lonely at the top, so you'd better know why you're there. It's true that leaders carry heavy loads when you're out front. You can be an easy target. That's why I say it's lonely at the top, so you'd better take someone with you. Who could be a better companion than someone who lifts you up, not as a yes man, but as a solid supporter and friend? Solomon of ancient Israel recognized this truth. As iron sharpens iron, friends sharpen the minds of each other. Seek for your inner circle people who help you improve. Little box, it's lonely at the top, so you'd better take someone with you. Number 5. Do they positively impact other inner circle members? I'm a big believer in team chemistry, and if your inner circle is going to work together and function as a team, then you need to take into account how members interact. First, you want them to have a good fit with one another. Just as members of championship basketball team have complementary skills and compatible roles, you want each inner circle member to have a place in your life where he contributes without stepping on the other's toes. Second, you want inner circle members to make one another better, to raise one another's game. Sometimes that comes because they encourage one another. Sometimes it happens when they help one another by sharing information and wisdom. And sometimes it comes from friendly competition. No matter how it happens, if they improve the ability of other team members, they also improve your leaders. Identify, cultivate, recruit. There is one more question you need to ask about potential inner circle members. I did not list it as one of the 5 questions because a yes in answer to the question does not automatically mean they should be in your inner circle. However, a no would definitely mean they should not. The question is this: do they display excellence, maturity, and good character in everything they do? You'll be able to answer the questions only once you've gotten to know them fairly well, which means you'll probably be selecting inner circle members from within your organization. In fact, in most cases, you will also need to develop them before they're ready to take their place in that circle. As you look for people and work with them, take the advice of longtime executive and retired president, CEO, and chairman of Agilent Technologies, Ned Barnholt. He believes there are 3 kinds of people in an organization when it comes to leadership. Those who get it almost immediately, and they're off and running with it. 2, those who are skeptical and not sure what to do with it. And 3, another third who start out negative and hope it will go away. I used to spend most of my time with those who were the most negative, says Barnholt, trying to convince them to change. Now I spend my time with the people in the first group. I'm investing in my best assets. Excuse me. Never stop improving your inner circle. I have to admit that I am blessed with an incredible inner circle made up of family members, longtime employees, admired colleagues, and personal mentors. All of them add value to me and help me have an impact beyond what I can personally touch and do. I'm always on the lookout for people to come into this circle because I've known since I was 40 that you can go only so far on your own once you've reached your capacity in time and energy. The only way you can increase your impact is through others. Every person in my inner circle is a high performer and either extends my influence beyond my reach or helps me to grow and become a better leader. Of course, no leader starts out with a strong inner circle. When leaders take on new positions, they often have to build their inner circle from scratch. That was the case for me in 1981 when I accepted the offer to lead Skyline Church in the San Diego, California area. The church had a great history and nationally recognized reputation. It had been founded in the 1950s by Orville Butcher, a wonderful man who was retiring after serving there for 27 years. Dr. Butcher had touched the lives of thousands of people with his leadership. It was a good church, but it did have one problem. It had not grown in years. One of the first things I did after taking the job was to meet with each staff member to assess individual abilities. Almost immediately, I discovered why the church had flatlined. The staff members were good people, but they were not strong leaders. No matter what I did with them, they would never be able to take the organization to the place we needed to go. In a church of that size, the staff is the leader's inner circle. If the staff is strong, then leaders can make a huge impact. If the staff is weak, he can't. That is the law of the inner circle. Little box. A leader's potential is determined by the people closest to him. The task that lay ahead of me was clear. I needed to remove the weak leaders and bring in better ones. That was the only way I would be able to turn the situation around. Mentally, I divided the people into 3 groups, according to their ability to lead and deliver results. The bottom third, I dismissed right away and began replacing them with the best people I could find. Then I began working in the middle third and top third. The organization immediately began growing. By the end of the 3 years, all but 2 on the original staff had been replaced by better leaders. Because the inner circle had gone to a new level, the organization was able to go to a new level. Over the years, we tripled in size from 1,000 to more than 3,300 weekly attenders. The growth and success we experienced at Skyline were due to the law of inner circle. We had the right staff, our potential skyrocketed, and in 1995 when I left, other leaders from around the country sought to hire my key staff members for their organizations. They recognized the power of the law of the inner circle, wanted to hire the very best they could find to boost their potential. Lee Iacocca says that success comes not from what you know, but from who you know and how you present yourself to each of those people. There's a lot of truth in that. If you want to increase your capacity and maximize your potential as a leader, your first step is always to become the best leader you can. The next is to surround yourself with the best leaders you can find. Never forget that a leader's potential is determined by those closest to him. That's the law of the inner circle. That's the only way you can reach the highest level possible. Little box says, hire the best staff you can find, develop them as much as you can, and hand off everything you possibly can to them. Applying the law of the inner circle to your life. Number 1, do you know who your inner circle members are? They are the people you seek out for advice, turn to for support, and rely on to help you get things done. If you lead a small staff, all of those employees are also part of your inner circle. List the names of your inner circle members. Next to each name, write what that person contributes. If they do not have a clear role or function, then write what you believe they have the potential to contribute. Look for holes and duplications. Then begin looking for people to fill the holes and consider how you might eliminate redundancies and be prepared to challenge current members with potential to rise to your expectations. Number 2, great inner circles do not come together by accident. Effective leaders are continually developing current and future inner circle members. How do they do it? They spend extra time with them strategically to mentor them and to develop relationships. They give them extra responsibility and place higher expectations on them. They give them more credit when things go well and hold them accountable when they don't. Examine your list of inner circle members to determine whether you are taking these steps with them. If not, make changes. In addition, be sure to use this development strategy with a pool of new potential inner circle members. Number 3, if you lead a large staff, then not everyone who works for you will be part of your inner circle. When should you transition to a smaller inner circle, a sort of team within the team? When your immediate staff numbers more than 7. When you can no longer directly lead everyone. In the volunteer world, when others beside paid staff should be in the inner circle. If this describes your situation, then begin thinking in terms of creating a smaller inner circle group using the same development strategy listed above.